Alright, y'all, here we go. Look at this. We got headcam footage. I think that's a pretty good view. I don't know. I mean, like, on the... See, I got my phone here, and it shows what you guys see. You're on my head. I don't know if you can see my reflection up here in the visor and the reflection on the window, but that concrete looks super bright. But I think we're going to go with it. Hopefully the sound's good. I'm going to set my phone down over yonder. And as you can see, so, like, here's Columbus, Ohio, which is where I'm going.
Where you at?
Bro, I'm at the rest area. Calm down. Had to turn the CB off, sorry. Alright, anyway, I'm up yonder, and I'm running down the 71, and then bouncing around. I believe that's the 270. Yup, and then that's our destination, but they're closed today, so we're going to go find the TA. That's somewhere over yonder on the 70, probably. Anyway, before I go, I got a water and a mask. Oh, what a cool mask, man. I'm going to grab myself... I got myself a free Monster, but we'll let that get way cold, and then we'll grab it in a while. Anyway, sorry about the noise, jingle jangle. Got the passenger seat catch-all. Got wallet, phone, keys. Wallet, phone, keys. That's a Bible. I don't read it. I haven't read it, but it sits there. Also some pamphlet about the Bible. Got a story about that. Some snacks. We're definitely going to snack on those, but let's get rolling. So like I said, to the gentleman that was hollering on that CB, I hate these spots. Can't see shit until you get your neck out there a little too far, and it looks clear enough. Back window clear. Alright, so anyway, I'm at a rest area here off the 71, just outside of some town in Ohio, just outside of West Salem. Anyway, I hate these goddamn... I don't know if I should say that. Goddamn. I reverted from cussing, but I said the G word. Anyway, forgive me, any and everyone, if you are offended by me saying that. I think it's the Lord's name in vain. So, I don't mean to offend anyone. But anyway, I hate rest areas like that. And forgive me if I'm yelling at you. I've stopped at that rest area before. Actually, right where that tanker's parked. I bet he's by the curb that I have once parked at. Anyway, we're getting back on the interstate here. I hate rest areas that the planner or whoever made them didn't make them right. I mean, like, okay, they made the rest area right. They didn't make the truck parking right. You got angled spots that angled spots like this, and the truck pulls in and has to pull in. Well, it's too much of a straight up angle. They need to be more like this. More angle, less turn for the trucks. So they're like, those parking spots were like at an 11 o'clock angle. They need to be at, like, honestly 9 o'clock. The more smooth you can get it like that, the easier it is. Whereas like 11 o'clock, way hard for a truck to pull in, you know, especially if you got a long wheelbase or the thing don't turn worth a dang, like a boat. Speaking of boats, uh-oh. What's up with homeboy? Couldn't tell. Didn't have a flat or nothing. Wiggling a little. Alright, we're just gonna kick back and set the cruise. So anyway, like I said, sorry if I'm yelling. Sorry if you can hear that clutch rattle down there. I need to grease it. I freaking went to grease it the other day in North Carolina, and my tube ran empty. And have not been at a Walmart to stop since. I use the Lucas tubes in my grease gun. And I don't like mixing grease. I like sticking with Lucas. I like Lucas, but the only time that a different grease will run through my system is when I get the oil changed by someone else. And honestly, oil changes are so cheap nowadays because everyone's trying to compete with everyone. It's like you can get some places that do the bare minimum. The 3 filters, you know, your fuel filter, water fuel separator, oil filter, and then they throw in the cheapest oil that they get in bulk, which is normally Dello. And I get Dello because the Cummins, this is a Cummins, it right on the frame it had the Dello picture, 1540. So, like, yeah, run what they put in, or what they tell you to put in. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, oil changes. You can get some for $200 plus like what 8% tax, so like $220. There's some places I've seen advertised. They're cheap. They're stingy, not stingy, but they're not the cleanest garages. But then you can roll through like a TA truck stop. I don't know about Love's. I haven't gotten my oil changed at a Love's. But a TA or a Speedco, and it's like $300. Speedco went through the roof on their prices since they got bought by Love's. So yeah, I don't think I'll be ever going to Speedco again. But I've done an oil change myself. I've only done one. They're easy. It's just a hassle when you're draining all that oil out if you don't have a walk-through pit. Or nowadays you see guys with freaking whole truck lifts. They lift their semi-truck up in the air. It's crazy. It's like just the cab and everything alone without the trailer is like 17,000 pounds. Man, I trust the world. I trust general engineering, but man, I don't know. That's a lot of weight to be putting above my head to be getting under there doing oil changes. A little scary thought. Anyway, we are, nice looking Pete, we are rolling south on 71. It's the weekend, it's Saturday. Happy Saturday, y'all. Today is June 27th, a couple of buddy of mine's birthdays, so happy birthday to my buddies Nub and Tannic. They are my best friends. So if you're watching this, happy birthday to the both of you. Tannic actually is the reason why I started this YouTube channel. He would always tell me on the phone, we'd talk every day, and he'd tell me, he'd say, man, you always got a lot to say. You can just keep talking. You're like a podcast whenever I call you. And people like to listen. Well, at least I do. I like to talk and I like to listen. But when someone's talking, I like to listen and learn. And Tannic would do that to me, and I'd do that to him. And well, he just said, man, if you had a podcast or a YouTube channel, I'd sit there and listen to it all day. So that is what I'm doing. I'm creating a podcast channel to get to talking, to get to people learning. You know, I'm not gonna like pat myself on the back. I'm decently intelligent. I'll give you my point of view, or tell you how to fix something if I know how, or tell you how to do something, or what's the right way to do something. I'm definitely heavily opinion based. Well, not opinion based. I'm factually based. I give you facts or reasons why things work better a certain way than the other way. Do your life however you want, but hey, at least take my advice with a grain of salt. Why are we doing 60, Ryan? But yeah. So anyway, just cruising. I got a mixed load of stuff on me. I got furniture in the front of the trailer. No idea what I have in the middle, and then a whole bunch of tires, palletized tires on the back. I got 3 different stops, so I'm doing a little LTL weekend stuff. For those of you not in the truck driving world, that LTL means less than a truckload. So that's all the local guys you see driving around. Oh, there's an old scale, but they got the gate open. That's interesting. But that scale house, I'm pretty sure that scale has been closed for a long time. Yup, because broken windows and stuff. Anyway, they must have opened the gate, had a state trooper open the gate, because I bet you there's an oversized load that's running through, and they're gonna need to park there. They probably got authorization to roll to there and park at the closed down scale house. You'll see that with a lot of really big oversized loads. They get told where to drive, how fast to drive. Man, sometimes you'll see an oversized load. They'll be doing, 55 down the road in a 70. It's because they're limited to, a certain speed limit. But then all of a sudden, those pilot cars, they'll check up and block the lanes, slow down to 10 miles an hour, just to go across a little bridge. Like something that you wouldn't even notice as a bridge. But man, those oversized guys, a lot of respect for them because they got so much going on. The weight, the vehicle itself, you know, shifting, the RPMs. I mean, you are pulling sometimes up to 180, 200,000 pounds, quarter of a million pounds down the road. You know, I'm 80,000 max, and your average 5-axle's 80,000 max. But some of those guys are, like I just said, double, triple the weight. It's absolutely insane. Excuse me. And they got a lot going on. They got to think about their routes, their heights on bridges if they're oversized, over height, over width on which way to go. They can't go through certain construction restrictions. It's just outrageous, some of the stuff they have to go through, and most of the times I'm pretty sure it's the DOT, someone in the city that does their planning, their route planning. Someone who, you know, funny enough, someone who's never driven a truck before gets to pick the route for one of the biggest and heaviest trucks that rolls down the road. So anyway, we're just rambling about some random stuff. I wanted to come at you guys, rolling south here. It's a, well, 71. Yeah, it's an odd number interstate. I don't run out east too often, east of, I'd say Illinois or Missouri, Kansas. So once I get east of there, it's pretty rare, but I've been doing it more and more often. Run this 71 every now and then. It's a pretty smooth interstate. But those of you who don't do a lot of interstate travel, or not truck drivers, or friends of mine that don't know this, anyway, if you don't know this, you've got odd and even numbers, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 40, 60. And then those are even, obviously. I don't know what I just said, odd or even. Anyway, even and odd numbers. And then you got 5, 15, 25, 35. Those are obviously odd. Well, your odd interstates: I-5 up and down California, Oregon, Washington, I-15 through Utah, I-25 through like Colorado, I-35 through Kansas and Texas, right? So all those odd ones, an odd number is a north and south interstate, where an even number is east and west. You got I-80, I-40, I-10, I-20, I-8 down south in California and Arizona. Those are east and west. So if you're on something that's odd, you're running north and south. If you're on something that's even, you're running east and west. Anyway, I hope that made sense. I hope I didn't confuse myself in my own words talking about odd and even. But anyway, yeah, we're rolling down the road here. Life is treating us decent. Sorry about the clutch rattle. Like I said, I got to get that greased when I stop this weekend. I might drop the trailer and bobtail to a Walmart. Pick me up some Lucas grease. No free ads, but water. We're drinking that water before we drink that. Again, no free ads, Monster. And we got cooling in the fridge, bruh. But anyway, yeah, just kind of testing the sound, seeing if I got to yell over the clutch rattle or through this. I got like a waterproof case. You know, it's the GoPro case. I'll try and get a little close to my head there. With the head strap, I don't know if you can see the GoPro. It's flashing red on my forehead. But, yeah, the waterproof case kind of blocks the microphone a little bit. So I definitely got to raise my voice. We'll test it out. But I ought to just quit rambling and cut this video now. But maybe I taught you something, you know, with the interstates running east and west being even numbers. Again, like I-40, that's an even number. It runs east and west. I-80, it runs east and west. Those are your even numbers. Will always be east and west. Odd numbers will always be north and south, like I-5, I-15, I-95 out in Florida. But anyway, yeah, we're just cruising. Life is good right now. Might turn on some music. I definitely can't play any music on the YouTube channel because copyright. But I was thinking about starting this YouTube channel to express my singing voice, sing along with the music as we roll down the road. But I don't think we can do that. Don't think we're capable. But anyway, if you like my idiotic ramblings and my random teachings, stuff that I say, keep tuning in. There will be more to come. That is one heck of a barn. That's a massive barn. Massive barns. Nice barn, folks. Oh, and sweet looking cabin back there, man, built into the hill. Awesome. Anyway, hope you guys saw that on the Headcam. But I think I'm going to enjoy this beautiful scenery and clutch rattling. Dang, I need to get that thing greased. Alright, well, I'll come back to you later when I got something good to say, or maybe when I park, do a little cap and call it a nightcap and just go over my day. And, man, I wonder if you guys can see the dirt up here. So obviously that wipe is from my windshield wipe. But it's like dirty rainwater dirt. I don't know, it's filthy though. I got the truck washed today. They did a good job, no doubt, but that visor there, man, it blocks them from getting a good part. I guess they just didn't flip their little nozzles up and get that easy for me. But gonna have to get out and clean that this weekend. Double check the air pressure in my tires. So I'm going to park and do a 34-hour reset before my deliveries on Monday. Today's Saturday afternoon. It's like almost 3 o'clock, quarter to 3. Saturday the 27th. Happy birthday, Nub and Tanic. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna air up my tires every time I take a 34-hour reset. I double check the air pressure in all my tires, air them up if they need it, and just kind of clean some stuff, polish my rims.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Coming back to you at the end of that headcam footage of me rolling south on 71 through Ohio into Columbus. Made that delivery, actually made both those deliveries there. This is Monday afternoon now, Monday morning. Made those deliveries, bounced over, made a delivery in Dayton, sitting here filming this, about to make myself lunch, and then head back to pick up something going down to Texas. Gonna be at the border of Laredo on maybe the 1st or the 2nd. I think the 1st. We're gonna boogie down there pretty quick. So anyway, just coming back to you, wanted to talk about some things that I mentioned in the video, but I didn't elaborate on, or I don't think I explained them well enough. First thing I wanted to address was my head movement. New to this filming thing. It's a head cam. It's, you know, I'm looking at myself down here on the film, or on the preview on my phone. Anyway, the head cam, and I am driving, so I'm constantly in my mirrors. If you don't drive a rig and you're gonna drive a rig, let me tell you something, you drive from your mirrors more than you do out the windshield. At least I do. I'm always looking at my lines left and right, make sure I'm center, looking at cars coming up on me, stuff happening behind me, so on and so forth. I do stare out the front of the windshield, obviously, see where I'm going. But you drive from your mirrors a lot, especially turning. All those pictures of trucks running over stuff with their trailer tires, those guys don't look in the mirror when they're driving. Anyway, so sorry about the constant head moving, but I am driving. I am at work, but just bear with me. I'll try and keep it to a minimum when I can. You know, maybe if we get lucky and I got head cam rolling through a nice straightaway interstate like I-80 through Nevada, where you really don't have to check your mirrors for quite some time, then it'll be a little easier on you. Other than that, you're gonna keep getting that mirror, I'll call it the mirror wobble, you know, just back and forth when I'm looking and checking stuff. So sorry if that disorients you or whatever, but yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Second thing I wrote down, free Monster. You saw me throw that Monster in, no free ads. Saw me throw that Monster in the freezer, and I said it was a free Monster because if you guys are professional drivers or truck drivers, you should definitely have that Flying J app. I got it. I got that Monster from a Flying J or Pilot, you know, they're the same. through their app they have like discounts or coupons or whatever, right? So it was for a free Monster and a free fountain drink the same day. So I got a free Monster and then a free fountain drink, got some Gatorade, and hightailed it out of there with a couple other snacks, protein bar, whatever I picked up at the time. But yeah, a lot of free drinks at the Flying J through their app. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday they're giving drinks away on that thing. When I pulled out of the rest area, I talked about parking spot angles, like a certain angle, like this. I don't know if it's reversed or not, but this would be like looking at 11 o'clock, a parking angle. Like if this is the, parking area and the parking spaces are lined up at the 11 o'clock. Parking spaces are easier for big rigs the more angled they are, because when a truck, if you're not a driver, when a truck pulls in to a spot, its trailer off tracks, and the more of an angle towards like the 9 o'clock, the easier it is because that trailer doesn't off track so much. But when it's 11 o'clock and you get trucks stacked up next to each other in those rest areas, you get the guys with the longer trucks, the big hoods, or they got their trailer tires stretched way out to the back to balance the load. They have a hard time getting into those. So if you're a rest area general engineer or parking lot planner for semi trucks, consider that. Angled spots, they literally give you more physical parking space in the entire parking lot. That's why if you go to like grocery stores, most of your grocery stores, especially the newer ones, once they figured out like, oh, we can fit more cars here when we angle them, grocery stores have a lot of angled spots. They're easier to get in and out of. So less 11 o'clock angle, more 9 o'clock angle for you guys. Cursing. When I was pulling out of the rest area, I said, I didn't curse, but I said, I guess, the Lord's name in vain. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm not here for religious reasons or anything like that. You do you, believe in what you want. I just speak like a sailor or a truck driver. So apologies on my vocabulary. I'll try to keep the cursing to a minimum. No promises if you're watching headcam footage and all of a sudden I get cut off or something crazy happens. But anyway, apologies on that, saying the Lord's name in vain or anything like that that might come across and raise the hair on the back of your neck. I don't mean to do that, don't mean to offend anyone. Next, I said no free ads. I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is obviously my second video. I'm just out here truck driving, making a living as an owner-operator, leased onto a company. If you want to sponsor me, hit me up. What up? Leave it in the comments. But other than that, like I mentioned, like the Monster, Lucas oil, or Lucas grease that I used to grease my clutch. Greased it, by the way, way quieter. Dello oil, that's just, I mean, like, I'll just mention stuff I use. TA truck stops, like, it's not like I'm sponsored by anyone, but I fuel at TA Petro more often. I use Dello oil in my engine. I wear cotton t-shirts from the Vans company, whatever, so I just mention stuff in my own life. However you want to take it, take it. I talked about, like, oil changes, driving above those pits from TA where they have the walk-through oil change deal and they can walk underneath, or like at a Speedco or Love's or whatever. And then I mentioned something about lifts, and people might not know this, but I said 17,000. The truck weighs 17,000. So a 3-axle truck like mine with the sleeper, you're gonna get a curb weight, which is like empty weight, just bobtail, which is just the truck. It's a 10-wheeler. 3-axle truck is a 10-wheeler unless you got super singles. We'll get into that another day. Anyway, typically a truck from the factory without liquids in it and everything, empty tanks, they are about 17,000. This one, bobtail, I don't know what it is, but it is probably closer to 21,000. And then me attached to a trailer, 53-foot dry van, right now I'm sitting at 35,000 empty, and we can get up to 80,000 loaded. So I pretty much can haul 45,000 pounds of material, whatever it is in the trailer. If it fits, it ships, So literally, if it fits, it ships. I just got done hauling tires and furniture in the same load. So with 3 different drops here in Ohio. So if you're sitting on a comfy couch from Acme, ACME Furniture, also no free ads, But if you're sitting on a comfy couch or you're rolling on some Continental tires, might have delivered it for you here in Ohio. But yeah, so the truck itself is 17,000. Truck and trailer is about 34, 35,000, depending on what trailer. And then fully loaded, we are 80,000 pounds rolling down the road. That's your typical 5-axle, 18-wheeler. 80,000 pounds, that's converts into 40 tons. So if you're a 4-wheeler, quit pulling out in front of us. If you're a 4-wheeler, don't merge back in front of us until in your rear view you can see the top of our roof. At least, like, get a ways out there, because I mean, and use your signal. I mean, I know there's no one around you or whatever, but like, it's like that little thing that just bugs drivers. Like, okay, now I know when you're coming back over. Oh, it makes a world of difference. Honestly, like, if someone throws on their signal a little too close and I can see it though over the dash, I sit pretty low, so it's kind of hard to see. Anyway, if I see that signal and you need to get over, more than likely I'm going to hit the brakes. We are professional drivers. I try and act like one. I hope you see that in my videos. Other than that, so we'll skip. At 7 minutes and 50 seconds into that headcam footage, I said podcast channel. I'm not doing a podcast channel. I'm doing a YouTube. Don't go looking for my podcast channel. But if you want a good podcast to listen to about truck driving, check out the Blue Ribbon Logistics. I listen to them. It's kind of business oriented. Dang, this is 9 minutes trying to finish this up quick. Anyway, Blue Ribbon Logistics is a good podcast if you're into truck driving. Other than that, I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast all day. I rolled by a scale house that had the gate open, and I said something about heavy haul parking. Heavy haul guys are like restricted to where they can and can't go due to weight, length, height, so on and so forth. Over-dimensional is what they are. So I mentioned, like, sometimes heavy haul will pull in there. So someone opened that scale up. The gate was, I mean, you always drive by and you see it locked and closed. But it was opened up, so I just, not saying that I know that was going on, but just a suggestion. Someone oversized may have been pulling in there for the night. And then also, I didn't elaborate, you know, like, oversized might have a certain speed limit. It might be 70 down the interstate, but you see that massive oversized that weighs 250,000 pounds, they're doing 55 with pilot cars everywhere. They're restricted to that because they're told to do that. And then also I mentioned something about going over bridges. Because of the engineering of a bridge, concrete, I mean, it's not, obviously we've all driven over potholes. Those heavy haul guys, sometimes depending on the bridge, the length, their route, they may have to slow down to 10, 15, 20 miles an hour over the bridge, so it doesn't get that wobble. You ever park on a bridge at a red light in your car and you feel that like wobble? Yeah, that happens way more when you get an oversized rolling over it. So if you do see an oversized slowing down and you're like, what the heck, and then it takes them forever to get back up to speed, that's just what they got to do. Don't hate on them. Don't hate on any truck. We're just bringing stuff. Anyway, I feel like I over-talked. Next subject. I feel like I over-talked about odd and even highways. I got on a ramble there. Apologies. A little scatterbrain. Odd interstates, 5, 15, 25, 95, 75, you know, all those odds run north and south. Evens run east and west. 80, 40, 10, so on and so forth. Next thing, when I was checking out that barn, these were like 2 massive red barns. They were huge. And then I said cabin. It didn't look like I could see the cabin, so sorry about that. But it was a cool cabin, you gotta trust me. Built into the dirt, and like they're, you get it, built into the dirt. 34-hour reset, grease air tires, polish rims. What was on my, when I'm away from home and I got to take a 34-hour reset, I try and do as much stuff to my truck as I can, besides things like laundry, and then relax as much as possible. Now I'm going to be editing YouTube videos, so I did that, put my first YouTube video up on this 34-hour reset. What up? So anyway, yeah, that's, I just try and do as much as I can. I'll grease the truck, I'll air the tires back up, I'll polish the rims and steps if I got time, if it's clean. I did get a truck wash at the beginning of that video, and then it rained on me later. Like, it's like clockwork. I get a truck wash, it rains. I could be in Florida with 95-degree weather, truck wash, rains later that day, like just out of nowhere. Other than that, the battery died at the end of my film on my head, so sorry about that. I forget what I was in the middle of saying. But anyway, thanks for watching again, and try and keep these coming to you. Sorry this is a long one. I think this with the 17-minute head cam, we're gonna be at like 30 minutes. I hope you enjoy listening to someone talk. But yeah, at least I tried to elaborate on stuff. Anyway, I'll learn to condense it as the videos go on. But we're at 3 subscribers. What up? What up? 3 subscribers, that's cool. I think I got like 5 views on my first video. So hey, 3 subscribers, we're well on our way to 1 million. All right guys, thanks for guys and girls, or humans. Thanks humans for watching. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Thanks humans for watching my video, and again, stay loaded.